We are back
And we're back.
with Rings of Zilfin. Alright.
Okay. So, I think I know what words we need to enter this time. And I know we gotta do them one at a time now.
Yeah, alright. So,
Belir.
Belir. The iron door is tightly closed.
It didn't say you failed, though.
True.
Now, I don't know if it's Durhal or... Try. Okay, O-N-U. M-D-A. Yep.
Iron door is
Okay.
tightly closed.
D-E-R. Okay, good. So it was...
Ross.
What up your shield? Shield! C!
Ha!
C! 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 C!
Just gotta shield this wizard shit. It's gonna keep spamming.
That's it. Hit E to enter?
Can't enter.
C, C, C.
Just gotta like. Tank.
I think it'll like straight up kill you if it hits you with no shield on.
Someone appeared at the door. She says, I am Zara, Eternal Sorceress and High Priest of Zaradem. Your intrusion is not welcomed. Be gone before I blow you to dust. Do we have to give her something?
Offer her the pearl.
Done. This is a nice pearl. I'll give you two minutes to explain why you summoned me. Sirius explains that he is searching for the seeds of the Grum Tree. I don't care what you or Dragos are up to nowadays. I would not help you, except that this is a very nice pearl.
I really like this pearl.
Here, take that seed. Go to the backyard of the temple and plant it there. The soil there is specially prepared for Grum seeds. And don't ever bother me again.
You clearly can't beat me with your magic because I'm a level 3 wizard. You're only an
Yeah.
eternal sorceress. I am a wizard. You just may exit, or you may use the seed.
Use. Grum
J.
seed.
It's just
J.
seed. Yeah. Do we have the seed still?
Let me check. GG, well played.
Check your... No?
We have another pearl.
Well, time to dodge bullets again. Belir. O-N-U. M-D-A. And then Durhal. D-E-R-H-A-L-L.
Hey, what's up?
Shield ready.
Got the shield.
Okay, what do I know about Grum Trees? I got a lot written down about Grum Trees here.
Yeah. Something about, like, you have to harvest
Staff, second level wizard. When ready to like cookies?
Sun kills the Grum Tree, apparently.
Yeah. It has to be planted in the night that grows before dawn.
Okay. This is totally weird.
We should just like launches death spells at you.
I guess. It's like, hey, we opened the door.
Fire everything! Offer.
No,
You used a pearl.
Space. One.
You.
Well, this is used though. This is an offer.
Oh, space if not, yeah. Oh.
Alright, so we need to...
There's no sun in the top.
So wait, I plant it now?
But wait. Wait and see what happens. Nope. Food equals 0.
Snap.
Use the Fusions. This is dead. Food minus 9. Eat 61 Fusions. 7. 9. Seven. No. You gotta like battle with it. Okay. Oh, it uses the pearl right away. 7. So you gotta like slowly.
What the fuck? What?
Double tap it. Okay, yeah. 7. Okay, well, we can still win this. Double tap. Double. No, we're toast. Seven. Why can't I eat 99 of them at once?
This is.
Type in 43.
I think we lose. Okay.
No, I refuse to beat it. When did you last save? Never.
Kill me. Well, we should have watched our
Kill
food.
me, please. I wish I was bread. Oh my god.
I don't even know how to like get out of this loop.
The game. Okay, you saved once we took out the dragon, or before? No, before we took out the dragon. Because I made you because there was a dragon that was scared. It's okay, we know exactly where we're going.
To buy some food!
Well, yeah, but like...
or just eat the Fuyans before we
Yeah,
like,
just eat 10 million Fuyans
destroy ourselves.
How much food did we have? We had at least like... Oh, and then we traveled around the world.
Alright, torch time?
Yeah, it was torch, chariots of fire. And go.
Leroy Jenkins.
Da 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 da. Stab. Done. Do 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 do. Stabbing time. Nope. There you go. What is even that thing? I don't even see its name. It just appears, goes blah, 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 and then dies.
Noobs. Dragon.
Welcome, the Dragon of Legends is not happy to see him.
Burgum Dragon Legend and noob.
I'm a dragon.
X-Dragon.
Let's put up more of a fight this time. That was dead. Use the key.
Use key.
Da 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 da. Okay, I want to try something. Go southwest. I want to. While we're on this side of the map, we can make this a good thing. Because I think I know where the elves are, and I think I know where we need to play the flute.
Okay, we still need to do Demian Rocks, though. Don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But we have the words, and we know how to enter it, so we don't have to run around the world.
Yeah.
We already
my
know
God.
what the words are, so we're actually not that far behind.
Just exit here.
And then-
I'm just gonna do the Fuyans right now because they turn into food, right?
Yeah.
So might as well just go 7, 9.
Use 7. 9.
9. Use 7. Okay. Use 7.
Exactly. That many uses of the 9. Okay, southwest.
Oh, look at all that food.
Do you want to save? No.
Let's go southwest first. Akbar Desert.
Mhm.
It's a sand trap.
Sand gets traps. Oh, and there's a healer hut on the way, which is good. We can visit that.
Yeah, we're at like half hit points.
That way we don't have to make that, because we made that like weird trip up to the north
Yeah.
to heal. We can just like go from
We
there
wasted
to the
so
rocks.
much food. Alright, where do we go from here?
southeast. This is the healer hut.
That one right there?
Yep.
On the right side.
It's got a little tiny triangle on top.
Alright, we can do that.
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the game tonight.
Yeah, I kind of fucked that up.
Well, the story is save often.
So, more often than we do.
Mm-hmm. Second nose?
Yep.
We should, you should save as often as we did at the start of the game.
Yeah, like
Every single time. For tea, I pay $325. Everyone wants tea.
Nope, not selling any.
No, I don't care about your food.
Nope. Your shit out of luck. So it must be the first house.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Oh, 20 golds.
Yep. Sure, why not?
Expensive bastards.
Oh, look at that.
Although their medicare is fantastic.
No. Thanks, Obama.
Have you seen his Vine that he did?
No.
He has a Vine video of like a guy with like traffic and he's like, "Oh, thanks, Obama," and then it's like Obama himself goes to dunk a chocolate chip cookie in milk, but the cookie's too big for the cup, and he just goes, "Oh, thanks, Obama," and it's like him just saying thanks, Obama, to like shit that people normally say thanks, Obama to. And it's
Right.
great. Okay,
where
Southwest.
to now?
Yeah, Obama, real president.
Okay.
Don't
so
give
this
this
is
bastard
the
anything. He's an
little
asshole.
bullshit. Yeah.
You go west.
Exit. Goodbye.
Doesn't do anything when you be there, but then when you go to leave, he's like, "Okay, goodbye. It's nice talking to you." Home of Zorlums.
Yeah, these are Zorlums, not elves.
It's cool. Zorlums are actually just angry elves.
Like legit.
I don't know. I thought Zorlums were like orc
Okay, I'm
wizards.
putting up my shield because this is bullshit.
Look be. Look be. Look be. I wonder if you chant all the stuff really fast, what happens? It's like a nice beat to it. For the flute. Well, I screwed that one out. Is it? Let me check.
Problem solved.
Gotta go fight the Zorlums again. Good thing Obamacare is like right around the corner.
You have magic? Well, I have magic too.
I have counter magic. Just keep stabbing. There you go. Look, and then use the flute. Okay. Not here. Okay, well. I was wrong. Okay, peace.
Go back to the healers?
Yep. Northeast. Or east. The northeast. You shielded.
Of course.
Goodbye. Northeast. First house, then leave. And we gotta go through that pass. Try using a torch when it first says you're at the pass. Let's see what happens. If you like chariot of fire.
Nothing.
Probably.
We tried that.
Well, we tried it after the birds attacked us.
I don't think there was an opportunity to do it beforehand.
Or was it just like you're there? Well, no, because it says you can either go through or you can exit.
Yeah.
And on the other one, it's a black screen that says you can go through or you can exit. You know?
Yeah.
So, maybe.
Most likely not.
Still trying to figure out how the hell we can use matches. They're like, use matches before you rest, and that's like, I try, but once you rest, you rest. If you use it before, it does nothing.
Yeah, it's impossible pretty much. We don't know how half the things in this game work.
They're just there. We try to make them work.
Alright. This way?
Yep. Almost got him.
Not even a gem.
Northeast. Yep. East.
No.
No, okay. And fire!
Aerial combat. The worst aerial combat system ever designed.
I don't think anyone knows how it works.
I'm just firing arrows until I win.
You've won.
Oh.
And then some.
You're saying I was shooting victory shots into the air?
Yep, and then these assholes showed up.
Ah.
I like how you missed.
They were attracted by my arrows.
Victory shots.
Yeah.
What was it? What's that asshole firing arrows in the air doing? I don't know. He looks way too pleased with himself. Let's go attack him. What a dick.
Fucking dragon birds. Or whatever shit is there.
These are like flying skulls. Or
That's
some
okay.
weird thing.
They're related to dragon birds.
Yeah, basically.
So we hate them just as much.
Anything in the air is a fucking dragon bird. Even though
Yep.
dragon birds themselves actually don't attack you,
They
they don't do any
summon other
damage,
shit.
they just get these assholes to come kill you.
Like, I wonder if they're called dragon birds because they, like, summon dragons? Is that kind of like what happens? Or, like...
I can find out for you. Let's see, ground combat, air combat, who cares?
They're like just birds that attract dragons or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Come on, Andy.
Dragon birds. They are spy birds. These birds sleep in the day and roam the skies at night. They leave their resting places in caves and underground caverns to seek their victims. They bring back other creatures of darkness for the attack. They themselves possess no destructive capabilities.
So they're just birds.
They are literally just angry birds. Also
Angry
known as
birds?
the crows.
Angry birds? We're playing mobile application games?
Well, except these ones possess no destructive capabilities. Real angry birds destroy everything they touch. And then you were fighting Barvils, Denzils, and Illits. Oh, and Guzzlesses. Oh, and Bassars, which are flying skulls.
Alright, let's do this. Mal.
What is it there? Belir.
It's not Belir.
Oh no, it's Magoon, Bythar, as Hazmeti. It's right over here. This. Hazmeti. Done. Enter, torch, chariots of fire. Done. It is dark! I'm just gonna go through the tunnel with no torch. Just like run around and it's like, you're dying! Did you hit for T for torch and try to use T?
I don't know what I hit. All I know is I hit something. I tried to use something. That wasn't a torch. Ah, shield. We still had our shield up.
Man-eating spider. Unfortunately, shield's not gonna do anything. But you just kill it.
Yep. 4 hits.
Then this guy, you just stab in the face and he dies. Oh no, he's like... actually painful.
4 hits again.
So these guys are harder to fight than the dragon. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
This was supposed to happen before we even got to the dragon.
Zilfins everywhere!
And they were warning us that we needed a lot of strength to even fight the dragon. I guess these guys only hit for like 40, the dragon hit for 120, right? So like...
Yep.
So they live in like just crystal place? Is that like a crystal tree? Is that what that's supposed to be? Or is that some sort of cave fungus?
I don't know. Probably both.
Well, they seem to not want to expand upon their in-depth society underground. Do we need to hit up the healer before we... No, we're good. We can get all the way to the witch. See, what's the interesting thing for me is that some enemies are further away than you, or from you, than other enemies. So like that one on the left is further than the one on the right. So you like attack faster and get attacked faster because the animation time is less. But like the actual attack speed doesn't change. It's just how long it takes you for the hit to land. Basically, how much time does it waste for the player?
No healer here, right?
No. Yeah, we bail. This is one of the ghettos. One of the many ghettos. Except this one's got this old beggar who's going to ask you for money and take you to the wizard.
Oh, impressive. Do we just go east, or...?
Yeah, you can go straight east.
What's the most efficient route?
East. Northwest. East. Northeast. And east again. Oh. After you stab that one, what's the face? There you go.
Mushrooms. But no badgers.
Use deadly giant forest spiders. Giant spiders? Oh no! Now, if there's a sword skill and a magic skill and everything,
why isn't there a not being killed by spiders?
Why isn't there like a dodge skill? You know, just a chance to dodge attacks.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Then I guess it would be too easy. Or it'd be way too RNG for them to, like, make it difficult or balance or whatever. When we get to the castle, do you want to leave and save?
Yeah.
That way, if we screw up the seed, we don't have to, like, go through landmines.
Yep.
It's as you leave, it starts firing stuff at you.
Yep. Alright, save. Yes. Alright, let's go back. Alright, the word, is this Belir?
Yeah, this is the Belir. Belir Onumda Durhal.
I'm gonna check this food. 109, we're probably good.
Hopefully.
Okay.
For all we know, Reese just like is really hungry while he's waiting for the day to change.
Belir.
Yep. Durhal. Shield. Ilkby.
I'm ready. Hit me with your best shot.
So like goes back and forth.
I guess.
For
Those look like dung piles. I'm just pointing
She's
that
like
out.
throwing poop at you. Oh my! Well, she is an eternal sorceress, so she has flying monkeys that are flying above you, throwing poop down at you.
I guess so.
Might make sense. Does she have like big glass slippers on? If she does, then oh, we gotta kill her. How much damage does that actually do to you? Offer her the pearl. You. Yeah.
Okay, how do we do this? How do we harvest the tree? That's the important part. Because, like, I can probably just, like, wait till the sun goes away, and then plant it.
Food equals 0?
What? What?
What?
What?
You've been here for 117 days. We did say it, right?
Yeah, we saved...
But, like...
Okay, this is interesting.
I guess... oh, maybe a day is classified as the start of a loop, and since you're just basically in an endless loop until you push a button there, maybe you don't have to wait for the night, maybe you just quickly throw it down as fast as you can, but then lose like 40 fucking food in the process? Wow. I'm like actually severely rustled right now. Oh, Reese is dead. Reese is dead, but he planted a gum tree that died too. Moral of the story is that garden kills you. Maybe some like weird puzzle we haven't figured out. Maybe it's like the cursed garden.
Yeah, this is pretty weird. I think we're gonna call it a day on the game.
Yeah, we're gonna try to figure out what the hell is happening for next time.
Yeah, because this is kind of just a little messed up.
Oh, just a little bit, yeah, I'd say.
Alright, anyway, so couple of new things today. Dungeons.
Which were pretty cool. I was okay with that.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I was kind of expecting something more like Legend of Zelda dungeon style.
Or even like an old rogue kind of like ASCII art floor plan and you walk around.
Yeah, something where I can move around, not just like pull out a torch,
just
hit a button, auto run
power run through everything,
and then just kill a couple enemies.
Like slide tackle into the thing. It's like Temple Run.
The dungeons were a little uneventful. Now, I mean, we are like super strong right now, so that probably took away some of the challenge of it. Because, like, I guess it is like a gauntlet of enemies you have to get through.
And keep in mind, like, we went to the last area without doing any of the dungeons or anything, and now we're back in the second area doing the dungeons. So, like, we went level 1 wizard, we struggled really, really hard as a level 1 wizard in a level 2 area, then went to the level 3 area, got to level 3, like, instantly, became super powerful, teleport everywhere, and then went back to the level 2 area and did level 2 stuff as level 3.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. I got a feeling that we kind of messed with that a bit.
Yeah, so, I mean, the end game is probably still going to be challenging.
Yeah.
Because,
well,
I guess it expects you to be, like, really jacked. Yeah, well, I guess that's the thing. Like, we are encountering enemies just walking through that desert that were a lot stronger.
150 damage.
Than the legendary dragon.
Legendary dragon bowgun. Well, too bad a goblin hits for 150. You hit for like 75.
Yeah. Now, I mean, one thing about the whole word entering mechanic, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of having to remember the words that various people in the world tell you, like the wizards and what have you, and then using them later to do things. A couple things that are kind of shitty about the system, though. The fact that all of the words you're given are in capital letters. So the fact that it lets you enter lowercase letters.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's... I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, back then, could they have, like, enter strings only in caps or not in caps? Or, like, was it just a generic tool back then?
I'm pretty sure they could do that.
So then they could...
It's pretty easy.
Maybe they just omitted it for the extra, like, 12 bytes of space it would have saved.
Like from a programming aspect, it's pretty easy to do, so... Right. Perhaps an oversight.
Maybe.
Then again, have we actually tried, like, the correct words in lowercase?
No, we haven't.
Maybe you can enter them in lowercase, and maybe it doesn't care.
We could definitely do that next
I kind
time
of assume they care, but yeah, we can definitely try that out and see if that is actually a problem. The other issue with the word entry system is that you can only enter one word at a time, yet you need to enter sequences of words to, like, open these doors and what have you, which is totally fine, but the fact that it allows you to type in a word, hit the space button, and type in another word after it, so you think you can type the entire phrase of 3 words at the same time, but you totally can't?
Yeah. It's weird, because, like, in the manual here, let me find it, word. Okay, so W equals word. This switches you to word input mode. You can type in words. One at a time. So it's like, okay, yeah, it tells you one at a time, but, like, why does it say you can type in words? Like, I don't know. It was a weird thing that I read and didn't make sense to me. And then with the whole being able to even hit space in the first place, I mean, there's plenty of other games out there that they could limit what you can input. Like, in general. Like, you could probably type in word and hit the number 9 and then just scream the number 9 at someone and not, like, say the word 9 kind of thing. Whereas there's plenty of other games in this era that would limit the player to, like for example, at the start, you can only input 4 characters. So you already have a system in this game to limit the input that the character can do. So why can't you just like make all the like, for example, Megun is the biggest word that we have, right? It's 7 letters. Why have any input more than 7? Why let them enter like 32 characters with spaces and everything? Why not just 7 as the max kind of thing?
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe they would do that.
Well, that one's actually longer than 7.
Okay, 9. I didn't even see that second one.
So, but I mean, it doesn't even need to necessarily be like a capping on like the length of words, but just don't let the user
hit space.
Use the space character.
It's like,
so
okay,
if you exclude that, then it becomes immediately clear when they're trying to type in more than a single word that they can only do a single word at once.
Yeah.
It's immediately made clear. There's no confusion about it, and that's obviously what the game expects. But now, I mean, you wouldn't find this in a game nowadays. Like,
no.
it could have been that they omitted that because they couldn't fit it on the disk. They didn't have enough memory space for programming in the,
I'm sure there's like 1,000 reasons why it is the way it is.
Yeah. But in terms of as the player playing through this, it's extremely frustrating. If you were watching the previous part, you would have noticed us spending like 15 minutes trying to get into Demian Rocks. It's like we have all of these words, but none of them have to work. And like we're using every single word like one at a time, and then we're trying the whole phrases, and then finally like we realize, okay, wait a second, when we type this one in, it doesn't say
anything.
It doesn't say anything.
It's normally when we type in something and it screws up, it says no effect, but this time it didn't say no effect. And I just thought, because we've had things previously where you hit the spacebar twice.
Yeah. Like I was hitting the enter key.
Like sitting at the ints.
And like I'll skip over a thing of text. So we assumed that's what that's what was happening.
But then you specifically said I did not hit the enter key twice, and it was like, oh, okay.
So having some sort of like response for correct entry would also be preferable.
Because I know it didn't say anything in text. But did anything happen on screen? Like, did a light light up, or did the door slightly move?
Nothing happened at all. Nothing at all.
And that's, because, like, even if it doesn't say anything, if the door just, like, partially opens...
Or there's a sound effect or something. Like,
it doesn't have to be the Legend of Zelda, like, do-do-do-do kind of thing, but, like...
some sort of response to let you know that you have entered the correct word. Especially when you have to enter sequences, because if you only had to enter a single word, then you enter it, and
then something
obviously
happens.
something's going to happen. But when you're entering a word sequence, it's really important to let the player know that they've entered the first word, and in this case, they're 3-word sequences. So the first and second word should provide some sort of response to let the user know that they have been inputted successfully.
Yeah.
In this case, the response is no response, which
is kind of bad.
Is
really bad, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Now, it's better than telling them it's wrong when it's not.
Yeah.
Which obviously you would never do.
Well,
so basically this is the worst possible solution they could have picked.
Well, one of the things to think about, too, with this game is they've been pretty clear that they want you invested in this game. You gotta remember people's names, you gotta remember lore, like that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
And so, I know it might be a long shot, but maybe they didn't want to limit the player on like what they could enter and everything like that, so that somebody couldn't force their way and be like, oh, it's only 4 letters long, I'm going to try every possible combination instead of playing the game.
Right.
Which, it seems ridiculous, but I don't know, maybe somebody did that back then, or maybe they made a program to do it or something, and they wanted an actual, like, no, you have to go figure out what these things are and use it, kind of thing.
Yeah, now, I mean...
Well, that being said, though, like...
Yeah, I mean, that is one argument, but if you look at all of the words here, like, not only is it words that are, like, there's only one 4-letter word we've discovered so far. All the rest are more than 4 letters, and, like, even a 4-letter word, there are thousands of combinations of letters to compose a 4-letter word. And as we've seen, most of the words are nonsense words. None of them are actual real words.
It's all like they're fake Latin or Elvish or whatever language they want to say, but it doesn't make, like, they're not real words.
So that means that there's really no algorithm you can use to determine what letters might go beside each other. Now, I mean, generally they do follow like regular conventions. Like they're not going to put like 7 consonants in a row together.
Yeah, the words are technically pronounceable, kind of.
Yeah, they do generally alternate vowels and consonants.
The exception being this one here with the like LV.
Yeah, LV, kind of awkward,
but whatever.
Still okay. So really, no one's gonna be able to guess these words like randomly or using a brute force program or whatever.
Method or yeah.
So,
which also,
in addition to the fact that you have to enter them in sequences of 3. So, like, what are the statistical odds that like a computer just running through all the possibilities is still going to take a fair amount of time to hit all 3 of the words in sequence randomly?
That's like, again, you know, I wasn't around. I wasn't born when this game was made, but it seems to me almost like if that was the argument that they used, like, oh, we wanted you to actually find out the lore instead of just guess it, that seems like national security level of tough.
Yeah.
Like, you could protect, like, a corporate software with, like, that, like, you know what I'm saying? That just seems excessively tough.
Yeah. So I don't think that's the reasoning behind it. It probably came down to we don't have enough disk space to program a response for when they enter a correct phrase.
So we just left it.
Yeah.
Now, you know, there does seem to be, I want to say, like, sloppy code that I see a lot, or
videos.
Yeah, like the videos,
glitches.
Like videos 1 to 5, or the fact, like, you know, we know at Zara's castle now when you open the door that she fires at you, and you have to use her shield and stop the things from attacking or like killing you. But then, you know, if you don't open the door and you get there for the first time, when you go to leave, one of the mortar shots goes off already on your way out.
Right.
So it's almost like you're in a loop that was programmed for the door to open and her to fire at you, but before you finished it, you hit like another sub loop that made sure you had to like fulfill its the correct words to leave that loop and continue the rest of the previous one.
Yeah, we saw some of the same kind of stuff going on.
Like the door would open and close and reopen again.
Yeah, like the edges of the door would disappear when you like start to exit.
Yeah,
like,
you would teleport into the door and then walk out, and the door would like close behind you, even though it was already closed.
Yeah,
it was kind of weird. So I'm thinking that's just the way they coded. You know, not necessarily like the best way, but maybe because it saved a lot of space, it made sense to do it that way.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited though to see, like, I don't know, like,
hopefully we can figure out how this grum tree crap works.
Yeah.
Because it consumed like 100 food in like a second.
And then just like straight up killed us, which, oh, that just frustrates me.
Immediately dead.
I'm sorry, like, it's okay. It seems to me, again, talking with loops and everything, it seems that this game's very basic in the way that it's made, where anytime the player can, or basically anytime it awaits a response from the player, it does a loop. And it seems in that like particular case, the start of a loop is when you use your food, and it's registered as days in the game, which kind of makes sense. Like you go to town, the town loop starts. You go in the first house, it does its own thing. You return to the loop, like the town loop starts again, kind of stuff, right? Because it's the same selection screen as before, and it takes away a food every time you enter a building, or every time you leave a building, I guess. And when you walk into a town, it takes a food. But the fact that it asks you for an input, but then just keeps like spamming the loop over and over until you run out of food is like insanely ridiculous in that one particular case. And I want to know if it's just that one area, if there's going to be like a bigger problem with that later. Or...
Yeah,
it just seems rushed. I want to say, like they got really in depth in the first area. Like even looking at the map of it, you know, I was saying earlier that the map that they give you in the center of the book has all the first stuff there because it's cool. And, like, it shows you, oh, you know, this is what you know, here's the map, all that kind of stuff. And then in the second and third area, it doesn't really tell you much, so it's like, go explore. Or it could just be that they, like, really thought out the first area and then just threw the rest of the game together.
Yeah, well, I mean, now that you mention that, like, if we look at all of the, I guess, glitches that we've noticed so far in the game, all of them, none of them have been in the first area.
They're all in the second and third continent, yeah.
Yeah, so like the just the graphical things, like when you're leaving zones and like things glitch out, or even that shopkeeper ripping us off and scamming us on our video purchase.
Yep.
That occurred also in the second area, I guess.
Yep, that was
And
in one of the ghettos.
so I mean, maybe that just shows that like they didn't test play the later portions of the game as much as they did the first part, perhaps.
Well, they probably, if you think about it from a development standpoint, they probably tested it as they made the game. So they probably made like the first town, tested the first town, made sure it worked perfectly, and they're like, okay, that works perfectly. Now we're gonna copy that for all the other towns.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the towns are pretty good, except for the occasional like shopkeeper or hey, you want to buy video thing. But what I'm actually thinking is when you load a game, it says on the load game thing, video equals 5, sound on or sound off.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's like a built-in video setting. Like maybe you're accidentally hitting something on the keyboard, or we're triggering some sort of options menu and toggling video halfway through the guy's conversation.
Yeah. Which
would make sense, but yeah.
the game should prevent you from entering options menu interfaces while you're in
mid-conversation.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, I can't hear you. Your face is too weird. Let me draw some like eyebrows and a mouth and everything on your face.
Yeah, because I did notice that. I did notice that there was a video thing. Like, I mean, actually, if I go to do it right here and I go Reus, boom.
Right video 5, yeah.
So.
And then hit a key to like start it. Hit V. Video 0 to 5. Yeah, it was the same thing.
Okay, so I mean, I guess that wasn't exactly a glitch.
But we didn't notice it until then. But like the town, so what I was basically getting on with the towns is they made the first town.
Well, I mean,
they tested it.
It was a glitch though, because when we entered 5 for the videos, it made us purchase 5 torches.
That's true. What is the hotkey for torch? Do we know that?
B.
B?
In use at least. I'm not sure if it's
different in the store.
Shop. But yeah, because like we were talking to the shopkeeper and he was like, "You want to buy video 0 to 5?" And I'm like, "Okay, 5." And then he's like, "How much?" And then I'm like 50 gold. And then he's like,
"Thanks for
all the money." 50
money.
Gold, okay. And then he just sold us like 5 torches for 50 gold a piece, and we were super not pleased.
We were very frustrated with him.
So I mean, like, obviously there was some glitch element in there, but I probably did hit the video menu, and so that's why the video thing popped up. But like, I guess like while I was responding to that, in the background it was like buying torches.
V is right beside B, so you might have hit B and V at the same time, but like B slightly beforehand. So B for torch. Fingers slipped and hit B,
and then while we were in the video menu, and I hit 5 for the video menu, it received 5 in the conversation menu as well for the torch quantity, and then it just proceeded to ask how much do you want to pay.
Yeah, it's like it overrode the chat, but it didn't overwrite the it didn't overwrite the variable.
Yeah,
to accept your input kind of thing. So it's like 0 to 5, and it's like, I'm waiting for a number. Oh, the number's 5? Okay. Like, that kind of thing.
So like, I would still call that a glitch. But we've kind of figured out how it occurred.
Which is good. But it's still... Yeah, it's not a glitch where it's like, I'm going to try to sell you videos and completely rip you off. It was just... Yeah. It shouldn't have... It should have either ended the conversation with him or like redone the conversation from the start. You shouldn't be able to hit it like halfway through buying something.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, earlier with the towns, it seems like they made the first town. Like, it seems like they used the first area to make a lot of their stuff, and then they kind of like copy and pasted. Instead of like remaking forests or remaking roads, it's like, okay, we made these like 5 roads, or we made this road, it works. This is our formula for all other roads. We made this town, it works. Is our formula for all towns. We made this village of 2 houses, it works, here's our thing. That's why there's always 3 different townspeople when you go to the little villages things. Like, there's always 3 passerbys. The towns are pretty much always the same. You pretty much always get mugged no matter what town you go to. Like, if it's all based off the first town, and the first town was the scummiest town we've ever been to, it makes sense.
Yep.
Every other town's going to try to steal your shit.
Yeah. Now, that being said, every single town does look unique.
Yes. But it's easy to just apply an image to it, but use the same class.
It seems like the code in the background the towns all use, they're basically two models. One with 2 houses and passers-by, and one with 3 houses.
Yeah.
There are 2 different town models, and each instance of it has a different front plate, a different view.
Yeah, each one.
But the model is the same.
And then, so like force and everything. But where we were seeing most of our glitches, second and third thing, the dungeons and the caves, they weren't in the first area that we went at.
Yeah, there were nothing like those.
It's almost like, a lot of their main development focus while they were all together as a team was like, okay, we got to get our towns ready, starting early, project kind of work. And then later on, they all branched out, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're in charge of adding these caves and these dungeons, go ahead and do it. And the guy did it, and they didn't really test it. Maybe he tested it, and he's like, oh, see, it works perfectly, because that's the way I want it to work. But no one else actually went to test it. If that makes any sense. They just watched him input the words and they're like, yeah, that works. And then left it. Or they just didn't think as much about it because it's maybe in terms of just project management. There's 20 towns, so we're going to spend more time making sure towns are good. And there's only 2 dungeons, so yeah, we'll spend a day on dungeons and it'll be fine, right?
Yeah. Which
is why we were kind of taken back by the dungeons, because we were thinking only 2 dungeons, they got to be really good dungeons, and it's just run.
Yeah, so I mean that leads me to my final question here, I guess. So overall impression of the dungeons, what do you think?
Well, right now I'm gonna say out of 10, maybe about a 4 out of 10 so far. I mean, getting into them was cool, it was kind of fun with the whole puzzle thing, frustrating, but there was still some problem-solving element in it.
Now that we've got the idea of how words work, we can understand it, and we'll be able to enter future dungeons a lot easier.
But I still feel I don't know. I feel kind of cheaped out on the dungeon. It's all the problem-solving and all the work for the dungeon happened in the overworld map, and then you get to the dungeon, it's okay, go kill this guy, and it's oh look, there's a treasure chest, what are you gonna do? And it's I'm gonna use the key. It's very simple problem solving.
Yeah.
Whereas this Grum tree has more problem solving around it than the goddamn dungeon.
Because we need to figure out how to not have all of our food immediately consumed. So, not to mention we have to constantly shield ourselves to get through the witch in the first place, eternal sorceress in the first place, and
this is much better scripted in general.
Yeah.
Now there's also the Dark Tower and the final castle too. Maybe. If those are different, I'd be okay with the dungeons, but if they are literally the same as the cave, where you just run, fight this guy, oh look, it's the bad guy, put on ring, give me your ring, I'm gonna be really pissed. In all honesty, I waited this long, I want a good dungeon. I want a good, cool thing, I just don't want to ride on the backs of giant eagles to a castle, and then immediately get the guy's ring, and that's it, which is probably what's gonna happen. But, yeah, so all in all, I'm gonna say 4 out of 10. Definitely room for improvement. Problem-solving element was there at the start, but not really.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not too optimistic about the remaining dungeons being better than what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of reused interface elements in this game.
Well, as I said with the towns, it's okay, this worked for the one, just copy and paste it for the rest of it, save space, kind of thing.
Yep, so that all being said, this has been day 6 of DOS Mode Enabled, playing Rings of Zilfin. I have been Soulfire.
And I'm Shmoka.
And we will see you next week.
Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.
Hopefully it'll be the epic conclusion.